getting ready to start our second act. We will start our second act as soon as everybody has taken their seats. Thank you.
God. I know, I just want to know what the conversation is about. We could just pick this up maybe afterwards. We're doing a thing. I finally got a drink. Oh my goodness. You have these, look at these lovely playbills. If you haven't picked these up, look at these lovely things that we did. It's a lovely souvenir for you. They're functional. They actually gave a lot of information that we wanted to withhold until after we were everybody just kind of loosen up. We're like off the live stream, we're off the rails-ish. This is our, this is our closed door portion of the evening, so this is just for you guys. It's a one-off, very, very similar to the way that the game plays. The sheer mathematics of like, if you make one change throughout the game, how many different variations you can actually get. It's a one-off. It's very bespoke. So this evening is bespoke just for you people for being here with us tonight to celebrate this finally starting to get out into the open. Where we're going to show, okay, I already said all that stuff, already said these things. Oh, celebrate. Here we go. You are absolutely welcome to share things. Again, talk about what we have discussed. Just don't share any audio or video from tonight. I know it's very, very tempting to want to take video of people, but we just want to make sure we control that. So please don't take any video, don't share it. And thank you for your cooperation. I said that. Oh, cool. Now, back to the story. I finally got Anjali to come out, which was awesome. Not her fault, by the way. But you got to hear a little bit about Medusa. Now, are you guys ready to hear her sing? Awesome. So, let's bring out, once again, Anjali Bhimani and also Laura Bailey.
What a long day, hiding in the light, such a long day, waiting for tonight, this sacred bite. Hello, who's out there? You've messed up my flow. Just get your drinker and take your seat. Oh, it's the muse. There are sacred
Listen, stop, I'm warning you. This is something you don't want to do.
Tell me more about me, look at you. A prime sashimi with opinions, too.
Medusa, listen, I'm warning you.
Yes, keep on warning
There's no
me.
rewinding, this is something you can't undo. Can't
That's
undo.
kind of the point, lovely. Now look into me. Your body goes freely. Every tendon as it tenders, turning it jelly as it renders. I think you're saying I can't speak. And that's why can't I speak? I call it the preparation. All right, that's fine, you want the boring facts. Well, dear, this process makes your meat relax. Turn you to stone. And miss that lovely musy taste of you. And it's just murder on the chompers, too. That thing you said before, you're right, it's true. Feels extra special doing something you can't undo. Now look into me. Oh, she's looking away. Hey! Look
slipped that
into
one.
me.
Then out came the snakes. Oh, you're so good. Finally, some stakes. Oh, the ice thing. What a difference an actual monster makes. Murdering muses
Helps me relax.
I should sound out Athena about your naughty night snacks. Me and Athena need to touch base. I'll say what I've seen.
I'm getting quite keen to chew off that face. Now look into.
Hey, snakes alive! Killing Calliope was something new. Back then I wasn't sure I wanted to. Now I can't wait to do the same to you. And get the buzz of doing something you can't undo.
You're lost, little girl. No more Hail Marys. We both know the victims, you, killers, me.
You don't know, you don't know.
I do know that you didn't
Kill Calliope. So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
No,
Yes, you do know, you know. Does that mean Athena knows?
no.
Don't you see, Medusa? You are just her toy. Your queen's a user. You're Athena's fool. She's a friend to me. We can get going. Can get you for Is that a yes?
That's a maybe.
Come on! Now, I want to remind you, when both of them stepped into the booth to record this, that was nothing but bing, bing, bong, bong, dong, dong on a piano, okay? And it turned into that exactly thing.
That's what it was.
All right, a little bit better. But that is absolutely incredible. One more time, please. What an amazing job. All right, go for it. Just one more reminder, as amazing as it is, please help us control the narrative. If you see something you like, just don't record it. Let's just keep it all tonight. Can we agree to that? All right, thank you very, very much. Let's get some chairs out of here because we got to meet a little bit and talk a little bit with David Gaider, our creative director. I also want to sit down with my friend Austin Wintory, as well as David, and just talk a little bit more about the game so you guys can be a little bit more informed and so I can finish my drink. Are you having fun? Man, I'm having an absolute blast. Thank you guys so much. You've been incredibly supportive. I love that. Did you realize that we had not announced a date? August 3rd, we got to announce the date here. You guys were here when we announced that. So please, wish list it on Steam. And I have a chair. Look at that. My goodness. Where is David? Do you have a microphone? So, I'll speak for you. It'll be wonderful. I know you.
She works as a stagehand here.
Hello, hello.
So, I don't know who you are.
Hello, stranger.
Hello, stranger. I'm thinking about, like, especially coming off of that song, and thinking about the way that we all four of us, because Liam was involved with that as well, obviously, in the first session, how all of us walked into that session just going,
Well, we'd written everything. We just didn't know how we were going to put it into practice, like how we were going to get the individual pieces of the song to sort of flow together. No matter what choices you made, it still needed to feel like a song that was meant to exist as a coherent single unit, right?
One of my little mental images as a hope for this game is that if I were playing it on my laptop, for example, we'll say I was plugged into a pristine home theater audio system, reveling in the glory of how it sounds. Not the laptop. That was a bad suggestion. And one of the two of you were elsewhere in the room, not really paying attention but listening, you would just think I'm watching a musical. It would not occur to you that these are songs that are essentially being almost written right in front of you as they unspool. That's the sort of the fantasy, that it needs to feel like a song, a traditional song, a musical theater number, despite the fact that there's thousands of permutations that can happen.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard earlier. For one, if a song is like 4 minutes long, you still have to make between 20 to 30 minutes of actual song content to cover all the different variations, which is a lot.
That potentially people could never hear. So there's a lot of music that
likely will never, any random player will only hear 10% or whatever of what we did. If they
unless
play the game,
play it again.
Which they're highly encouraged to do. In between telling everyone they've ever met about the game, yes.
Where did this story come from? Like, why there's an infinite landscape of characters and everything to choose from. What made you land on this?
On the Greek gods? And
Sure. It's kind of what the game's about.
Did you just ask me where my ideas come from? Because that's like...
I have a great answer. Right. Where do ideas come from? They come from everywhere.
Where do idea comes from? They come from the idea fairy, clearly. No, I mean...
what made you settle on
muse,
this story?
First, it was the fact that it was going to be a musical because I wanted to do that. That was like from a long time ago. I wanted to do an interactive musical, but trying to get it going within. I used to work for a company named BioWare.
No big deal. Just work for a little company called BioWare.
I mean, I was trying to do that from within there, and it was never considered a really commercial enough idea. And so when I left BioWare...
You're all going to disprove that.
Yeah. And when I left, it was sort of like this one thing that was left over that I always wanted to do. And so when Liam Essler, my co-founder at Summerfall Studios, who is the driving force behind this, believe me, when we got together and started talking about, like, well, if we're going to do a project, what would our first project be? I immediately was like, well, I want to do that musical. So everything that has sort of come since has been sort of in service to that. Because I mean, at first I thought, that sounds easy, right? We'll just take branching dialogue from a song, add some timers and some music, done. And yeah, it would be that easy. And it turned out we ended up needing more people. And then we got to the setting and had sort of always had a hankering for gods and sort of seeing gods out of where you expect them to be, having a twist on them, like taking characters that people know and are familiar with, and putting them in a different context and different interpretation has always been of interest to me.
I'm curious for both of you, because you're both approaching this, you're trying to accomplish the same goal, but you're approaching it almost not in two different paths, but two concurrent paths. So, Austin, I'll ask you first. What is the thing that, after now 5 years of working on this, what is the thing that the goal that you are headed towards? I know it's hard to be result-oriented, and you don't necessarily, you want to be open to whatever someone's experience is, but for you, as the creator, especially with the music, and you've been the composer for hundreds of things at this point, between TV, film, games especially, what is the thing that the goal you are striving to hit for the audience that's going to play this game?
I mean, my big passion in scoring games is in interactive music. It's not just writing music that's in a game, but it's music that's deeply interwoven with the game's mechanics. And that's always been from Journey, Flow, even my very first project 15, 16 years ago. But particularly Journey kind of spoiled me because I got to go so deep on the interactive music system. And from that point forward, I fell in love with this idea that I'm a composer, but it's not the traditional definition of a composer. You think of like the classical, the Beethovens and Mozarts who write a piece and put it on, and you and the audience are basically expected to receive it. Interactive music meant I'm creating a toolkit to hand to you, and you are going to be the author of your own experience. Now, the thing is, I'm also very much in that sounds very idealized and romanticized, because I'm also very much having to follow what the game needs and the game's mechanics. And doing an Assassin's Creed game versus a game like Journey or Abzu or the Banner Saga, they present wildly different game mechanic challenges that I have to find my way into. So somewhere along the way over the years, I was like, what would be cool is if there was a game that put the player in direct control intentionally over the music. And it wasn't just, I noticed that when like in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, when I play as Jacob, the music changes to reflect that, and then in real time we'll switch if I switch over to be playing as the sister character of Evie. You might notice that the music changes when you do that, but you're ultimately not controlling the music, you're changing your character. So it's like, what if we remove that part? And it's just, no, you're in charge of the game. The game is the music, and you're in charge of that. And it was not easy.
David, for you, same question, but with the story that you have spent the last 5 years working on, iterating on, and watching it develop as we record with the different actors, and the music comes in, and you see the different permutations of these ideas that you've had even back before when you were working at BioWare, and now put into practice, as you said. What are you hoping that people get out of this story? Like, what's the thing you're like, if I did this right, this will happen?
If I did this right, I think people will not notice that it's a musical. I think...
Not sure I share that answer.
No. Here's the thing. I've written a lot of long story arcs, and I've written some long romances, and I've written some romances that have really resonated with people. And I think music is a shortcut to the soul. And I think even though this game might not be as lengthy as some that I've written, in some ways, I think it might have a more profound effect on the audience than they are anticipating because of what you brought to it. The music, they won't realize what's happening, perhaps, is what I mean, until it's too late. This is a musical, but it's not.
We've got you.
We've got you. That they have succumbed to exactly what we intended, is that we have grabbed a hold of their emotions and done something that maybe would have taken a 100-hour video game to do under normal circumstances.
Songs are cheating.
There are, and by the way, how many people are at Summerfall now? Because we've grown since we've started.
Well, not everybody is in the office with us in Melbourne. We have, Liam would need to help me with this, 25, I think, in the studio at any given time. Yeah? Yes? Okay, thank you.
So, 25 people have been working, and obviously that number has scaled up over across the years, but
Yes.
there's 25 people that have worked their asses off.
We're watching right now.
They're watching right now. I don't know, what time is it? It's like Thursday or whatever.
It's tomorrow I think it's about 1 o'clock in the
Already
afternoon.
breaks my brain, doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's in work hours.
That have been working on this game to make it be the thing that we have all separately, with our own intentional or our own individual goals, have wanted this to be. So we're excited for you guys to play it, as we've said. There's a few other people that I've seen here. I'm curious if there's other people that you guys have bumped into while we were mingling about getting drinks. I did see Merle Dandridge is here. Merle Dandridge is part of our cast. No. That's way louder than that. That's Merle Dandridge. You guys. Yeah. We have, and there's so much more of our, how many total characters do we have in the game? Is it 13? Is it right? 12, 13? 17. All right, calm down. Liam got a drink. 17 characters in our game, so there's obviously a lot more of our cast that you guys have yet to meet, and we're excited over the next few months as we begin to roll out and head into launch for August 3rd. So cool to say that.
It's been great having everybody who's heard that this is an interactive musical. They always have these thoughts over what that might mean.
Yeah.
And now they get to see what we actually mean by it.
I know every time I say August 3rd, like Liam kind of twitches a little bit.
Yes.
Because now it's real. I'm excited. I'm going to be there day one because I get a code. No, I won't buy this game. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts. Please, for our lovely creative director and our composer. We're rapidly heading towards the end of the evening where honestly what we just want to do is just celebrate with you guys. We've been keeping this under wrap for literally years. This is the first time for us to really get the story, these songs, these characters out in front of you, and we just kind of want to celebrate with you and hang out with you. So please hang out. There is one more thing. You mentioned romance. There's one more thing that I get to kind of selfishly do after about a year or two of kind of watching as we began casting and hearing these songs. Your boy got a little antsy, and knowing a person who's doing the casting, I was like, you got anybody that's playing?
We couldn't find an Apollo.
That's really what it is. You couldn't find anybody. Get off the stage. I'm gonna set this up.
I'll just say, to
I'm
Troy's
the
credit,
best host ever. Let's be honest. Go ahead.
to Troy's credit, he genuinely did want to make sure this was maximally opportunities for fellow actors. He was actually very resistant to taking the role because he said, I get to play as the director. I'm getting something great out of this.
Yeah.
And, that's a role that could go to someone. And then we had the damnedest time finding somebody.
It honestly just worked out this way.
It also everybody was having so much fun. And I got FOMO. I was like, I want to do it too. So I auditioned. And
It was a grueling callback process.
Yeah, Nolan North wasn't available. And so I got to slide into that role. So I get to play Apollo. And so, yeah. So I want to do one more song for you guys. I can't do it with you guys online because it's weird.
It'll be weird.
And that's, I need Laura Bailey. So again, that's my bad. No, you don't. You kneel for no one. Thank you, Sean. Truth be told, I've just always loved singing with you. So, yeah, it's like that. And this song specifically was the one that made me really just, all joking aside, it made me want, I was like, I want to do this. I didn't want anybody else to do it. So I got really, really jealous. It's one of the, I think it's one of the best love songs. I'm a little biased, but I think it's one of the best love songs of the entire game. But it's also just such a joy to sing with you. So we're gonna close out tonight with this song that's called End of the Road. No, not End of the Road.
No, that's not what it's
What's it called?
I don't know.
This is Apollo's love song.
Here for the Ride. I'm an idiot.
End
All right.
of the road. What is it? Take my hand for a minute. Let your hair down for a second. There's so much to like if you open your eyes. If you try to search for the light, you might be surprised. No, it's not hard to find. The courage you need to be joyful is something you build over time. No matter what I do, the answer's in you. But I will be here for the ride. Yes, I will be here for the ride.
I'll take your hand for a minute. Oh, it's more than I feel I deserve. This could grow on me, this world that you see. But I've been alive for so long. 1,000 years of learning about what could go wrong. And I'm tired of being wrong.
Apollo, I'm sure you've had it rough. 1,000 years of life is hard, but easier with someone like me to lean on. The courage you need to be joyful is something I'll come help you find. No matter what I do, the answer's in you. But hold your hand all the while. The courage you need to be joyful is something we'll build over time. No matter what I do, the answer's in you. I will be here for the ride. Yes, I will be here for the ride.
Thank you guys for going on the ride with us tonight. Again, to our incredible crew that's been working to make this thing look and sound so beautiful tonight, please, and our incredible musicians. Please have some more drinks. Celebrate with us tonight as we rock into August 3rd. Please wish this on Steam. Thank you again, guys. Have a great night. Hang out with us and celebrate. Appreciate you being here tonight.
And thank you, Troy. And thank you, Troy.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you. Been my honor.